Most romantic city on earth, a vision in paper white, lending her regal presence to France's famous fashion week. Her first time at the shallow shows where thin models and thick men wear stupidly expensive clothes.
She arrived like a scene cut from a glossy film, a flash of paper white against Parisian gray, stepping from a gilded hotel doorway as if the city had cleared a red carpet just for her. For a few dizzying hours, the world was handed a new headline: Meghan Markle.
Sources close to Harry and Meghan have revealed they were shocked by Meghan's solo Paris trip last week, saying her latest relaunch left them deeply concerned about her marriage to Prince Harry. What more can you tell me?
Reborn at Paris Fashion Week, smiling into camera lenses as if this was the comeback shot she'd been practicing for. But what started as a story about a stylish return quickly curdled into something messier: leaked receipts, denied sponsorship.
Markle in Paris. Rather more desperate than Emily in Paris and nowhere near as entertaining. It came out of the blue, utterly unexpected. Suddenly, the difficult Duchess was wafting through the most romantic city on earth.
And a trail of questions about who actually paid for the fairy tale weekend. By the time the dust settled, the sparkle had gone, and all anyone could talk about was the receipt at the bottom of that glamorous pile. Reports of her appearance and the ensuing controversy.
Night out in Paris, the Duchess of Sussex taking her 4.2 million Instagram followers on a Get Ready With Me journey to the Balenciaga show.
I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself.
Anne Hathaway mixed her Balenci rocker tee with chic black gloves. She also reunited with her Devil Wears Prada sequel siren.
Were widely covered. From the outside, it was perfect PR theater. Photographers waited. Cameras clicked. Meghan, swathed in designer whites, oversized shades, and the kind of composure the tabloids sell on a loop, looked like someone reclaiming a narrative. Insiders say she expected this to be a reset, a soft relaunch into the...
She invited herself to this Paris Fashion Week show earlier this month. Now, the Balenciaga designer...
fashion sphere, a wink to celebrity and credibility rolled into one high-fashion moment. For a while, the scene played out exactly as she would have scripted it. Polished, poised, headline ready. But like any great drama, the plot twist was waiting in the wings.
Doesn't say much for this publication. I mean, really, Meghan Markle? How is she powerful? How is she an inspiration to women? She married someone famous from what I can work out.
Coverage of the public reaction and the fashion world context was reported in multiple outlets. Then the receipts leaked. Overnight, an image of opulence turned suspicious. Penthouse suites, private cars, late-night room service, private security, expensive line items that begged the simplest, ugliest question: who picked up the tab? Early whispers said a luxury brand had sponsored the stay. The brand's name was floated in gossip columns and social feeds, and people started filling in their own punchlines. But when spokespeople pushed back and said, "We didn't greenlight this," the story catapulted from Celebrity Weekend to possible PR fiction. The narrative that had been forming, that this was a branded, mutually beneficial appearance, began to fray at the edges. Reports of denial and confusion about sponsorship were widely circulated. Suddenly, the conversation split into two camps. One side sniffed scandal, accusations of name-dropping and freeloading that smelled faintly of the very royal privilege the subject once used to criticize. The other saw a misstep, maybe an overreach born of ambition, maybe human error, maybe someone mistaking a casual handshake for a contract. Either way, the optics were brutal. When a fashion house publicly disavows being behind your stay, you don't just lose a PR angle. You lose credibility with brands that value protocol, signed agreements, and above all, reputation. But the plot thickened. As journalists dug, another name appeared on the bills: a private media investor based in Los Angeles, a shadowy figure in the story who, according to reporting, had links to the entertainment world and to the subject's past outreach about business ideas. Suddenly, the narrative shifted again. This wasn't only about a misattributed sponsorship, it was about financing sourced from a private individual, and whether that blurred the lines between business negotiation and personal favor. Tabloid headline sharpened: Pundits sniffed a deeper moral question. If the image of independence and principled distancing from old world support was partly propped up by private money, what does that say about the rest of the brand?